back to Old Trafford for the second half, in another second half that starts with the score at 0-0. Over half of Manchester United's games this season are probably ahead. The second half started 0-0. The start of the season against Swansea, then up against Sunderland, and I think it was even against Burnley as well. And here's Herrera with a long-distance shot, and again, Crystal Palace play fantastic defence, led by Brenda Hangeland and the captain, Speroni. Well, Herrera was lining it up. So Palace, great defending again. It has been a fortress at the back. It has kept Manchester United at bay here. The pressure will eventually tell, one would think, and here's Evans. Booted away by Crystal Palace, and Kevin Doyle is onside. Tyler Blackett will go to chase him. And he's done so. Oh, that's brilliant by Tyler Blackett. Well, great chasing back there. And Lindegaard was able to gather it and pick up the rest of it. Tyler Blackett, what work ethic there from Tyler Blackett. Fantastic work rate to catch up to Doyle. Di Maria. And again, Palace gather it. And Speroni will pick it back out. Headed back by Doyle, but gathered by Di Maria. Bad ball from Doyle. James Wilson. And Palace once again denying Manchester United in this game. Here's Ward. And to feel that one goal will settle and change this game. And whoever gets it, they go on to win. Manchester United are looking the more likely to score. But on the break, Palace have been threatening. Di Maria, Manchester City finally getting some momentum against Queen's Park Rangers. They lead by 2-0. Sinclair again with the goal. Shaw, Fletcher. Manchester United just keep going forward, but Crystal Palace keeps stopping them in the end. Di Maria. A great tackle. Again, Crystal Palace playing ever so well. Sharon. Evans. Renazar. And again, Knack, who was going in the book earlier for a challenge on Wilson. Renazar. There's a pick out, Wilson. It's very interesting with James Wilson, 49. Louis Van Gaal is under the impression that you should, as a striker, you should have 9 in your shirt somewhere. So he picked Wilson at 49. Strange little fact there. Character Herrera, Di Maria, Fletcher. The ball bobbles around, and Fletcher, I think under momentum, went down for the turn rather. He didn't really force to get challenged on his own. He still went down, but there's Michael Carrick. And I think Manchester United are more resenting to long shots because the pass defending is so solid. As Wilfried Zaha comes off, he's substituted, and Baladze comes on. Wilfried Zaha not really making an impact against his team, we could say, not his former team. He's only on loan at Crystal Palace. But Nick Powell actually played against United at Leicester, who incidentally have conceded against Southampton. Reed with the goal. We've got a half-time score. Burnley are losing to Hull City. So Burnley still in struggle mode against Wilson. The space he has. Quickly closed down. Brilliant defending again from Crystal Palace. It looked like Wilson had a lot of space to go into, but in the end proving not. Louis Van Gaal would still be unbeaten in the Premier League if the score was like this. And England. They have more than enough to go for the win, but now with Juan Mata missing, it might not be so easy. Nedling. They have to give complete and utter credit to Tyler Blackett for that work rate. Catching up to Doyle and dealing with him. He was all by himself. The young lad did not falter under the pressure, and Tyler Blackett has already been tipped as one of for the future the defence of Manchester United, and they need an established defender, and Tyler Blackett is quickly becoming one. He's on brilliant form at the moment. If he's not featured in everything, James Wilson scores, and Manchester United finally break Palace down James Wilson, the scorer. And that worked wonders for Louis Van Gaal. James Wilson, this kid, is probably going to be an England star before too long. Only 18 years of age, only a year younger than Andy Anazai, but, well, in some cases a few months maybe, but look at this. Oh, look at that shot, that is beautiful, in off the post. Speroni, no chance. Fantastic goal from James Wilson, fantastic strike. Bending it round, and the post guided it finally over the line and into the back of the net. And James Wilson scores, and Manchester United finally take the lead. That might change and settle things now. James Wilson scores 1-0. Palace have to come from behind now, but like we said at the end of the first half, they have not really had it their own way up front. They've not really threatened Manchester United much at all. Lindegaard's had very little. Lindegaard rather has very little to do. Jednak. Shannon. Arsenal take the lead against Swansea, and who else but Danny Welbeck to score? Miguel Di Maria. He's really worked hard this afternoon as well. The goal from James Wilson. Majestic shot, and for a kid of his age, that's impressive. He's hit it, and it was bended in by the post as Neil Warnock has another substitution lined up as Kevin Doyle goes off. And Fraser Campbell, former Manchester United youngster, comes on, looking to make a mark of his own. Excuse me, against his old team. Oh, excuse me. It appears that Aaron Hill is not the only one who is kind of ill at the moment. Here's Marlborough for Crystal Palace. As you can see, Palace have had a lot more of the ball, not by much, but a little more of the ball than Manchester United. But it's what United have done with the ball that has contributed to the scoreline right now. Johnny Evans, kind of a lot further forward than he'd like, I'm sure. James Wilson, and plays it to Angel Di Maria, and if it wasn't for the challenge from Hangeland, Speroni probably would have conceded again. Great challenge from Hangeland, great interception. Raphael, Fletcher, and Azai struggling a little bit there, but he got it. Tackled by Di Maria. Wilson wants it played to him. What's Di Maria going to do here? He's going to hit it, and it's going to be way over the bar, I think. Well, Di Maria not having a lot of luck. Here's a challenge from Hangeland. This was the interception as Wilson played it to Di Maria. It was a great piece of defending by Brendan Hangeland there. Wilson's Di Maria's high shot was over the bar. Goal kick, 15 minutes left. Manchester United still lead from a James Wilson goal that was 10 minutes ago. Here's Jednak. Jednak actually forces it out. Tyler Blackett takes the throw. Fletcher. Good tackle by Wilson, but they still have it. And now there's a Palace player that's down. And Manchester United clear the ball to help him. Looks like he's getting back up. But he's swinging the effect in it. Let's see if he carries on. A lot of pain in this match for a lot of players this afternoon. And Crystal Palace could not be out this without an injury. And Raphael clears it. Palace have a throw in. Here's Campbell. Here's Galetta. Substitutions, no less. Galetta again, still with it. Just looking to contain him as much as possible. Great defensive teamwork by United. Substitution, probably for the injury to Crystal Palace, and that was Marouane Chamakh, who went down earlier. Looks like injuries are affecting both teams in this game, and he's gone off to be replaced by Martin Kelly. There's Di Maria. There's a gap. Di Maria's running. Di Maria. He's wide again. Di Maria not doing very well at the moment. A lot of his shots have been like that. It's wide. Di Maria's not been the scoring machine that Manchester United need, but they won't care. The fans won't. Because at the end of the day, they're going to get 3 points, whether it be James Wilson, Aaron Hunt with 4, or James Wilson with just 1. It's the 3 points that always matter and go on the board for the Premier League. Leicester, David Nugent has scored, and Southampton are in trouble there. Looks like they're conceding a loss there. Oh, and here's a forward ball, and it's going to be called offside against Yednak. Let's see this. And he is offside. By a mile under. That was great movement by Johnny Evans in the first place. And the guard who's not had a lot to do. And be thankful about that. Headed by Carrick. He wanted to put it forward to Herrera in front of him, but it ended up going to the sideline instead for a throw. Oh, and that was brilliant. They got my Carrick to get it back again. Fletcher. I only think that Darren Fletcher's going to be playing a few more games as the vice captain. Sunderland have scored. Everton 1-0 to Sunderland there. Johnny Evans. Anazar. James Wilson. Di Maria is onside again. It's Di Maria, and finally he scores. It's over. 2-0 to Manchester United. Angel Di Maria finally gets a goal. He's been trying all afternoon. Every shot's gone wide, but Manchester United go over frantically to celebrate. The whole team's there with him. And Di Maria, that'll mean a lot after the day. He's had beautiful pass from James Wilson again. James Wilson has been a revelation in the last 2 games. He played alongside Aaron Hemwood as one of the best players on the pitch. And now he gets an assist to Di Maria. And finally, Di Maria gets it over the line instead of the side netting or way over the bar into the crowd. He finally puts one into the back of the net. 4 minutes left. You can't see Palace really doing much more, to be honest. Di Maria and James Wilson, the scorers of the show, and Manchester United 2-0 up. You can't really see them blowing it from here, because Palace really just have not got forward all afternoon. Maybe the game plan was to park the glass, and that's another brilliant header from Tyler Blackett, who's been sensational in this game. Michael Carrick has to clip it forward again. And it will be again to Di Maria. He's get back. Oh, and the header there, and it's gone wide, but he's offside anyway. I guess one final note is to see that Manchester United may be doing a bit of spending in the summer transfer window. Louis Van Gaal has been mentioning some targets. Oh, bad pass, and maybe Crystal Palace can get a goal here. They do. It's not going to mean much when the final minutes of the game, but Andrew Sundergaard really couldn't do much about Valencia on that occasion. We were going to say that Manchester United had some potential targets to be buying in the summer January transfer window. Valencia scores. Andrew Sundergaard, you really think he should probably be doing better, but he should be probably doing much better. Well, you can't really blame him for that. It's a good shot by Valencia, to be fair. Who actually ran half the length of the pitch in celebration for some reason. Yannick Valencia scores, but I think it's going to mean very little in the context of the game. And Lindegaard won't mind. Lindegaard doesn't really play as often as he'd probably like. But Manchester United, a couple of targets. They've been looking at Kevin Strickman from Roma. And Rafael Varane, who's a rising star at Real Madrid in defence. So another Real Madrid prospect going through. Di Maria. And he feels he was fouled. And he does. Maybe he was. It's going to be a goal kick to Crystal Palace, though. The fans are not happy with that decision. Di Maria thought he was pushed. Could have been a clear-cut penalty, but at the end of the day, it's not going to matter in the grand scheme of things. Unfortunately, it was a bad touch, but There's Hangerland here. He's gone over the halfway line, but then able to streak back again. Oh, Hangerland, he turns out Fletcher here. It could be life in Palace yet. And here comes James Wilson again, and tackle by Knightley. The game has still got no, it's not. That's the final whistle. Manchester United win. It was never really in doubt. As Balate scored in the final couple minutes of the game, but the win was never in doubt. Well, it was for a while. A good rugged defence by Crystal Palace, but eventually James Wilson and Di Maria broke them down, and Balate got a consolation. Manchester United 2, Crystal Palace 1. Well, we take another look at the results from earlier today, but it doesn't make the greatest of reading, unfortunately, for Burnley fans, as they lose again by 2-0. Liverpool also lose, which is paramount in the title race, because with Liverpool's loss, Manchester United now take the lead at the Barclays Premier League for the first time this year. Chelsea beating Liverpool by 1-0, and Manchester United beating Crystal Palace by 2-1 means that Manchester United take the lead in the Premier League. Well, let's look at the table in just a second. Queen's Park Rangers have a 2-0 loss to Manchester City to deal with, and Harry Redknapp's struggles continue for him. Southampton 1, Leicester City 3. A nice win there for Leicester City. Spurs 1, Spurs 2, Stoke City 1, my apologies. Sunderland take a 1-0 win at Everton. Swansea and Arsenal ended 2-2. Classic there at the Liberty Stadium. West Brom 2, Newcastle 0. And West Ham 1, Aston Villa 2. As we said, it means a change in the Barclays Premier League table. And look at that. Manchester United and the reign of Louis Van Gaal continues to rise the team back to their old days, as Manchester United finally lead the Premier League table and are unbeaten. And now the only unbeaten team in the whole Premier League. Van Gaal, his system is working. Liverpool now dropped 3 points and now second. The win for Chelsea helms them close the gap to the top of the table, now 3 points behind Manchester United, only 2 behind Liverpool. Arsenal stick to the top 4, but are even with Spurs. It could be another North London battle for the 4th place in the Premier League, but Arsenal aren't out of the title race yet, only by 6 points. West Bromwich Albion, fantastic season going for them, now in 6th place. Fantastic season for West Brom. Newcastle United, even with Manchester City. Manchester City starting to climb up the table. That win against Queen's Park Rangers could be vital. The relegation zone looks like this: QPR, Swansea and Burnley. And Burnley once again lose, and 1 point from now 11 games. And Sean Dyche, his team, are in very serious trouble. As Leicester and QPR, Swansea earned a point, QPR didn't score, but now Burnley is 6 points behind and still struggling.